Hello again, racing fans. Welcome on this stunning Monday afternoon ahead of midweek racing on Wednesday for the preview of racing at Hollywoodbets Durbanville. Yes, we're out of the country course on Wednesday. Weather-wise, it's sunny, it's warm. There's not a cloud in the sky, but there is still an icy cold wind that's blowing. But the temperatures, no doubt, is up, and we can certainly feel that spring is in the air. Good to have you along on a sure thing as we preview this 8-race program that gets underway at 12:50, and 5 minutes prior to that, you of course need to be on with your free Hollywood Bet Punter Challenge entries. Put those selections through and play the bet slip, because that is what puts you in line for that R1 million jackpot prize that is on offer. 8 races on the card means that on the tote, straight from the first, we're into the exotics, and you need to be on with your buy pots by the time the first race jumps at 12:50. Not an easy start to the day. I also thought it was quite a challenging card. There are certain favourites to me that stand out on the day, and there are others that I'd like to try and beat. Maybe you see it the way I do. Maybe you see it the opposite to what I do. But it's all about finding the winners, structuring the perm correctly, maybe taking a bigger perm for a smaller percentage. But at the end of the day, this race meeting I think can pay, and I would like to be one of those that's standing in the queue to collect at the end of the race meeting. Now, not an easy start. As I said, the first race, maiden plate 3-year-old fillies, 12 runners to face the start at the 1,000 metre mark. Joint favourites at 3.57 in the opener, 6 Marquetta and 12 What a Star. Both back from a bit of a break, both priced up at 3.57 to 1 on Hollywoodbets.net. 6 Marquetta not without a chance. Certainly does have the form to recommend that this horse could be one of the leading contenders to take the lion's share of the prize money. Finished second behind subsequent winner Viva La Vida last time out, so definitely one for the shortlist. 12 What a Star, also another one that's coming along the right way, back from a bit of a break, with a bit of luck in running from the deepest draw, could be involved in the shake-up. But I like the third choice in the market, and that's number 4, Penny's Choice. This one from the stable of Rouvaun Smit, a stable that I'm certainly going to be keeping an eye on for quite a few races during the course of the afternoon, because I do think that Rouvaun Smit have got a few very good horses stepping out on the afternoon. Oswald Noach doing duty on Penny's Choice. This horse showed marked improvement in each and every one of its outings, particularly a much improved performance last time out when finishing second, beaten just under half a length by the winner. The blinkers were fitted on that day, showed speed from the get-go, and I do think that a repeat of that last run to confirm that kind of run will certainly make 4 Penny's Choice very competitive. So I'm going 4 Penny's Choice, ahead of 12 What a Star, 6 Marquetta and 8 Crazy Little Thing. Race number 2, first leg of the place accumulator. B Stakes, merit rated 101 and below. 6 runners will line up at the 1,000 metre mark, and I'm looking no further than the odds-on favourite number 2, Elusive Winter. 0.83 to 1 on Hollywoodbets.net. This one from the stable of Harold Crawford and Michelle Ricks. I do think will take a power of beating, particularly if one take that last win into account, where this horse bounced out in a flash, was in front, and was on the speed from the get-go, and kept challenges at bay, albeit for a narrow winning margin. Good to see apprentice Brevin Plikes retain the ride. He takes the 1.5 kilos off the back, and this horse's style of racing tells me that he will be up there from the get-go and will be saying, "Come and catch me if you can," in the run to the wire. So I'm going 2 Elusive Winter, ahead of 3 Roman Agent, 1 Flying Finley and 4 Mauritius Kestrel. Third race is the first leg of the Pick 6. Class 4 fillies and mares, benchmark 79, 7 runners over 1,000 metres. Here number 7 Inside Voice is at 1.33 to 1. 4 Amen Corner is at 2.5 to 1. 5 to 1 number 1 All Is Green, and 6 to 1 and upwards bar those quoted. Initially, I thought, why not go for 4 Amen Corner? Apprentice Brevin Plikes on board, minus the 1.5 kilos, but then I saw coming back from a 19-week break, and I do think may just need the run. Hence the reason I am siding with number 7 Inside Voice. From the stable of Vaughan Marshall, as you can see, another one that I'm keeping a very watchful eye on. And again, Richard Free, the jockey that certainly does look like he has the plum rides for the afternoon if one works your way through the card. This horse, back from a bit of a break, was up with a pace and found extra when winning last time out and beat Demoria, who has subsequently come out and franked that form line, and Demoria will also be in action later on this afternoon. In fact, he's favoured for the 6th race on the programme, if memory serves me correctly. Now, that form line of that last start has been franked, which means that this horse is ideally course and distance suited. Yes, does take on stronger, but I do think that this horse has got what it takes to be equal to the task at hand. So I'm going 7 Inside Voice to win race 3, ahead of 4 I'm in Corner, 5 American Ultra, and 2 Love Shack. Race 4, leg 1 of Jackpot 1, 14:35 is the off-time race 4. Here I'm looking no further than number 2, Absolutely Yes, currently at 1.52 in the betting. For Captain West is at 2-1. So there's precious little to choose between the top 2 in the market, and then it's 5-1 bar those 2. I've been waiting to see number 2, Absolutely Yes. This horse does make its seasonal debut here. Back from winning last time out and won at grade 3 level, the Lungerman over 1,500 metres, and that form book has held up well. We've had one runner, one winner come out of that form line, and that was the 5th place horse, number 5, Happy Verse, who has subsequently won since then. And this horse's racing style tells me that he'll be up there again from the get-go and maybe hard to peg back in the run to the wire. I do think that Absolutely Yes is definitely one to make a note of and one to follow in the forthcoming season. So I'm going 2 Absolutely Yes, ahead of 4 Captain West, 6 Air Raid, and 3 Roland Garros. There is a scratching in race number 5. You can take out number 3, Street Talk. Not much to choose between the top 2 here either. Number 6, Better Man at 1.25, 1 King's Quest at 1.67-1, and it is 7-1 bar those 2 runners quoted. 1 King's Quest, the thing that put me off, 64 kilos. That really is a hefty weight to carry, especially in this kind of company, and that's probably the reason why I am siding with number 6, Better Man, albeit that Better Man has just won its maiden. Found another gear close home when it won that maiden last time out, and literally went from start to finish over 1,600. That was at Hollywoodbets Kenilworth. I do think we'll enjoy the step up to 1,800, and I do think there's scope for further improvement, and I do think that Better Man can make it back-to-back wins here, although he's taking on a lot stronger. So I'm going 6 Better Man, ahead of 1 King's Quest. For third, I'm going 7 Double Dash, and 4 My Bestie. 6th race on the programme is a D-Stakes, merit rated 69, where 9 runners will face the start at the 1,000 metre mark, and here, number 7 Demoria, whom I mentioned earlier, is the favourite at 1.52 in the betting, and I think that last run you can put a line through because came back reported to have had a nasal discharge. However, on that run, if you do want to take it at face value, I'm actually putting a line through it, through Demoria, because I do think Demoria will run a much better race on Wednesday. On the form line, Demoria is held by both 5 Easy Living and 9 Hear My Voice. 5 Easy Living is at 3.57-1, and I like the look of number 9 Hear My Voice is at 4-1 from the stable of Paul Reeves, with Gareth Wright on board. This horse ran on nicely when second over 1,100 metres at Hollywoodbets Kenilworth last time out, was slow into stride, but was really cutting their back one by one in the run down to the wire, and finished second, beaten half a length when they hit the line. From the deepest draw will more than likely be dropped out and will be kicking on hand over fist in the closing stages. So that's how I see the race unfold. Hence the reason I'm going with 9 Hear My Voice, ahead of number 5 Easy Living, 7 Demoria, and 8 Rosa Osseria as my selections. Race number 7 is a Class 5 Fillies and Mares Benchmark 66. This race has 10 runners that will line up at the 1250 metre mark, and here I'm looking no further than the favourite number 8 Low Felt Lily. Richard Free, as I said, plum rides for the day, a jockey I think we can possibly follow on the afternoon. From the stable of Justin Snaith, and that stable continues to churn out the winners. Now, she does come back from a bit of a break, but that last run, she ran in feature company. She ran in the Iridescent Stakes. She was slow into stride, had to switch out for the 300, but for those 2 incidents, I do think she could have finished a whole lot closer than the 4.8 length she was beaten by last time out. She's a filly that's still on the up, and I do think we can expect any amount of further natural improvement still to come. She's the filly, I think, that will make her presence felt. So I'm going 8 Lowveld Lily, ahead of 2 I'm the Buzz, 4 Trade Chic, and 1 True Horizon. Last race of the day, 17:02 is the off time of the 8th race on the programme, and not an easy end to the day. A Class 4 benchmark 80, where 10 runners will line up at the 12.50 for the last race on the programme. And here, number 4 Black Eagle is at 1.67 to 1 in the anti-post market on Hollywoodbets.net. Won its maiden last time out with consummate ease by 5.75 lengths. Definitely must have a chance if it takes the Durbanville track, but I do think we'll have a little bit more to do under the circumstances. Next on offer is number 9, Follow Your Heart, at 3.57 to 1. This one comes back from a bit of a break. I like the look of number 6, Late December. Yes, does carry 63 kilograms, but if one takes the form into account, 2 runs back, won its maiden by 1 length, and then follow that maiden run-up with a post-maiden victory of 5 1/4 lengths. Absolutely cruised to victory last time out. The form line of that race is held up. The horse that finished 4th was a horse called Turbo 20, who has subsequently come out and franked that form line. And to me, Late December is in a rich vein of form, coming along the right way, can bring up the hat-trick, but more importantly, is having his 3rd one off the rest, so should be cherry ripe for the occasion. So I'm going 6 Late December, ahead of 4 Black Eagle. For 3rd, I'm going with 8 In a Timely Manner, and 4th, number 9, Follow Your Heart. And that's it. Our preview for racing at Hollywoodbets Durbanville on Wednesday afternoon. Trust you'll have an enjoyable and profitable afternoon's racing. Till next time from me, Rouvaun, you take care. Cheers for now.